Well, Boaz, we've been in communities that help entrepreneurs for decades, in EO and YPO and other communities. And I remember that there was this one quote that always stuck with me, which is people talk about how risky it is to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But the person said to everyone, it's actually not that risky because, in fact, who's the last person you're going to lay off if you're the entrepreneur? Yourself.
Hmm.
And that really struck me like, oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? And as I think about it and the risk, like, we're seeing people getting laid off all the time, right? Left and right. And you don't even know when you're going to get laid off. Like, how does that strike you when we're thinking about the risk reward of being an entrepreneur versus working for someone else?
I mean, I just wonder all these people out here that are watching who really want to start something.
Yeah.
They have an idea, but they're scared, they're afraid
Hmm.
about making the leap.
Hmm.
No matter where you are, if you're trying to put food on the table, there's a lot of people I know at companies that they wish they could start something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's that fear that stops them. And I wonder if it's maybe not as risky as they're making it out to be.
Yeah. And here's the other crazy part is that we often hear like, if you have this great employee who has a bad attitude, like you're afraid to let them go, but that person could just leave on their own accord. And so the flip side is, well, what if you've been itching to start a company and you couldn't jump, and then all of a sudden you just get 2 weeks, you get fired, right? It's the same effect. You're
Yeah.
not working there and you have to figure out what to do next and have to sift through all those options, right?
What do you think about all these people that have side projects right now that are trying to get these things off the ground while they're working? And that phenomenon, it's been going on for a while, but I think it's accelerating now because of the ease of vibe coding applications and creating little businesses. Like, how do you think about that
Yeah, I
phenomenon?
think you're right. It's a phenomenon for a couple reasons. Is one, it's easier to do than ever, so people can tinker. They've had ideas, they've had little pet projects. Now they can bring it to life. And number two, let's just be honest. Like people are just getting laid off all the time,
Yeah.
so it's a counterbalance. Like, hey, if I have to break glass in case of emergency, at least I've got a small side business or a hustle that
Yeah.
may be able to make me money and put food on the table.
Yeah. My sense is that we're moving into a time where more and more people are going to have side hustles.
Yeah.
And if they can figure out a way to really turn those into companies,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's the unlock. It's
Yeah.
not, can I create an application? It's, can I create an application that has the demand
Hmm.
that I can
Hmm.
turn into a real business? That's the hard part.
Yeah, and I think you and I talk about this all the time. Is like create, especially in the software world, the marginal cost of doing creating software and app is getting lower and lower and lower, right? Because the tools are getting better. If they can't do what you want them to do now, you just wait a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and it can do it,
Yeah,
right? So then you touched upon something that really strikes a chord in me is the demand side, right? So do you think that's more important than creating the actual app?
100%. I think now more than ever, because it's so easy to make things, and that's
Hmm.
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. You go in, you use natural language, you vibe code an app, and all of a sudden it's in front of you. I'm just not sure that the market demand is ready for all the things that are getting built right now. But imagine if you could really test those things
Mm,
quickly
mhm, mhm,
and understand if there's a market there.
mhm, mhm.
That could be the reason to move forward or not move
Yeah, and I think we talk about the most precious asset is your time, right? Your energy and your resource, and where you put it against. So in terms of like testing demand validation, I also think that there are more and more clever ways of doing it where the marginal cost is actually much lower than it
forward.
used to be, right? Where you do focus groups or customer panels, like
Yeah. Yep.
it's much easier to do these days too.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people building little products
Hmm.
now, I'm seeing them do it in Reddit of all places.
Yeah.
'Cause it's anonymous.
Mhm.
You can go on to Reddit and you can go on and ask, not will you use my product? It's not that kind of focus group. It's
Yeah.
more finding the right subreddit and asking the question, would you give me feedback? How would you change this product? Will
Yeah.
you go test this? Will you play around with this for me? And so let's say that you're testing a product in the sports space,
Mhm,
fitness.
mhm, mhm.
And you vibe coded it. You can put it out there into the world and say, hey, take a look at this. See
Yeah.
what you think. And people in that forum, that anonymous forum, if you're not being too salesy, will give you feedback, and that's the start of understanding.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a here?
Yeah. And I think that you can even drag it forward in the sense that even before you create that offering, you could ask the community, like, has anyone ever had this pain? If so, can I talk to you? Can I interview you? Can you describe it? And that might even inform how you build a product
Yeah.
and then how you even describe or market that product based upon the person's actual words. Like my former company, Tiny Pulse, we actually, our tagline came from like, Time Pulse, let you know how happy, frustrated, and burnt out your employees are before they give you that 2 weeks notice out of the blue. That actually came from a customer who described it back to me. So that's something that I always
Mm,
remember and take to heart and try to, when we talk to prospects, we can just learn so much even
yeah.
before we build.
Yeah, I love that. Well, what I think would be really interesting is to get a better understanding of the community out there. What are you guys building?
Yeah.
What are the things that you're excited about? We would love for you to leave comments down below and tell us what projects you're vibe coding, what projects you're
Mhm.
looking to take to market, and give us an idea about where you're at.
Yeah, and I think that everyone thinks that their product or offering is different and it can't be done. Well, let's put it to the test. Test us and put your comments below. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through them all and we're going to answer and address some of these in a future video or a post and discuss it and really stress test it to see if we can save you time and the community time.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see what people put on.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I think it'll be super fun and energizing.
Well, let's remember to stay small, but dream big. And we look forward to seeing what you guys put in the comments.